YouTube gurus will tell you the secret to blowing up is better thumbnails, better titles, stay consistent. And after watching 100 hours of them, they're not lying, but they're also not showing you about 20% of the picture. Here's a question for you. If you have been following all their advice down to the T, does your channel still feel completely stuck? I spent years in that exact loop, watching, taking notes, applying the advice, going nowhere. And the frustrating part is the advice isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. If you have been down that rabbit hole, you already know how frustrating that feels. But what if the creators who actually blew up weren't just following the same advice and that they were running a completely different system underneath it that nobody talks about? After compiling everything I learned across hundreds of hours, I realized the gurus who made it aren't just better at thumbnails. They built a full production system, and the thumbnail is just one part they show you on the camera. So let me break down what that system actually looks like, starting with the advice you already know and why it's only telling you half the story. First off, I want to break down the things that aren't very helpful. You've probably heard the same thing over and over again, right? Words like be consistent, improve your thumbnail, fix your videos. I think those are good advice, not great, but they're also basic. I mean, they are important, don't get me wrong. You still need to master the basics, something many struggle to do. I'm not going to talk about how to master those basics because that's been covered by many channels. However, I want to show you something I found from my homework. You see, what I gathered is that content creation is very simple. You have an idea, you create the video, and then you repeat over and over again. This is what most people classify as consistent. But it's much more than that, and I'll get to that in a second. What's the other thing YouTube gurus like to say? Oh yeah, fix your title, thumbnail, and videos, right? Ultimately, fixing these three pillars really comes down to a few things: increasing your click-through rates and watch duration. Everyone knows these two metrics are key to getting more views. And I find that because of this advice, everyone is stuck doing these three things over and over again consistently without really looking at the bigger picture. Because there's way more to that, and I find that YouTube gurus don't really talk about it much. Maybe because it is boring or hard to explain or hidden behind a paywall. So what I learned is that title, thumbnail, and angle, they are really just part of package design. And package design is part of a production system. Most content creators focus on package design, and they are right to place lots of emphasis on that. However, every part of the production system plays a role that not many focus on. For example, topic or trend or hypothesis. Content creators need to do a good research on the topic they want to do a video on. They can't simply pick a topic out of their head and expect it to work. If the topic selected is boring and only relatable to the content creator, then all the effort put in the next steps would be wasted, and you don't want that, right? But okay, sometimes you want to do a hypothesis, like say you're not sure if this topic is going to work or not, so you test it. And because it is a test, maybe you decided to not put so much time and effort into the format or production, for example. So this production system is very important. Topic, trend, and hypothesis, important to know if the market is interested. Concept and promise, important to know if you are delivering something your audience wants. Package design, important to gain attention so your video has a chance to even get watched. Format and structure, important to have a good flow and storytelling. If you are just blabbering all over the place, it becomes hard to follow and viewers will churn. Production, important to give that aesthetic feel and uniqueness to your video. How do you want to do it? Record your video outside, lots of B-rolls, have a studio like mine. In order of priority, most content creators put 90% of their focus on package design and production. Why? Well, because they are the fun part. But if you ask me, I would say that the topic and the promise is probably at the top of my list, because before you even start recording your video, you first need to know who you are targeting and whether they are interested or not. So I hope you can see how important the production system is. But wait, this isn't just any production system. This is your production system, because every single production system is different. Sure, you can use someone's production system, but eventually the system evolves into something that belongs to you, that suits your time. And you cannot downplay this production system. If you wonder why there are channels out there that have made it while others haven't, it is because they have a very strong and rigid system that they refined over and over again. Because the whole idea of having a production system is to speed things up. It is to reduce friction continuously as much as possible. For example, I don't enjoy editing a video in production, but I have to. So what do I do to reduce friction? I go with a studio direction. I use minimal edits. I don't go crazy with customized B-rolls. You can also divide this up into percentages. So imagine if you need to put 100% effort into the production system. You will then need to allocate a percentage to each stage, and they total up to 100%. So if you put, say, 80% of your efforts into package design, and the remaining 20% will be divided up further with the other 4. I think it is important to write down your strategy, because if you don't, you will end up very confused with why your videos aren't performing. Sure, you can put 110% or even 500% effort, but if you do that, you will risk burning out. The whole idea of the production system is so that you refine it a lot and reduce friction as much as possible, so that you can get used to creating a winning video. So say you found a winning video, one that gets you hundreds of thousands of views. You then look at your production system and figure out how you can repeat the success. Is the title compelling? Can I reuse the topic? What value did I give? The title and thumbnail, there's something about it that worked. Or maybe even the flow or how I edit the video. So I hope you can see what I'm saying here, that growing a YouTube channel isn't just better packaging. It is a lot more than that, and content creators struggle because it is either very troublesome or hard to understand. And that's why paying for a coach or a course works. Now, once you get your production system working, the output the system produces is fed into another system, which I call the evaluation system. Evaluation system is another complicated system, but what evaluation system essentially does is you have a way to learn from the output produced by the production system. So remember this workflow I showed you at the start? Well, once I add the systems in, it really ends up looking like this, a production system that feeds to an evaluation system. Evaluation system then studies the output, what works, what doesn't, and captures all the metrics required to have a better understanding of your overall channel. The evaluation system is mostly data, mostly analytics, a lot of tracking, and I can say for sure 90% of content creators don't do. I only started working on my evaluation system this year. That's how boring it is. But it is important. It is like the intelligence of your channel. So anyways, once you have both your production system and your evaluation system, it is just a matter of going round and round until you find a winning video that is created because of your systems. Then this branches out and you have your first system that works, that can continuously produce videos, while at the same time you built a second system to find the next pillar for your channel. And then you rinse and repeat, building yourself a sustainable channel. This is what true consistency really means. So as you can see, eventually it becomes boring. You repeat yourself over and over again. But you have to iterate over and over again if you want your channel to grow. Otherwise, you'll be like me, still struggling to build a single strong pillar because I kept trying to be creative. Most of the stuff I explained is what I compiled over the years. There are points I missed, that's for sure, but that goes to show how complicated growing on YouTube can really be. Now, of course, I don't learn all this from watching YouTube videos alone. I've signed up for YouTube courses and I've discovered more from there at an in-depth level. What I've shown you is just a fraction of what I learned, but definitely more than what you can get on YouTube for free, so I hope that helps. If you're interested, check out this video on what I learned from signing up to a $1,000 YouTube course run by a YouTuber who has over 7 million subscribers. So check it out here. Alright, that's all from me. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.